Hey there guys, it's Mia here. I am so excited. As always, I am so excited. I'm coming to you with a quick community message. And there are a couple of things that I wanted to, one, make you aware of, and two, want you to think about this. So you have a calling that's on your life. So the reason that you're in this community, which is Giant Life and Business Success, is because likely you've been called to do something amazing. And that's to understand that your gifts are not for you. Your gifts are to create impact, to touch others. And when we step into the role of using those gifts, we change lives. We create an echo. And I'm all about that. And I know that you are all about that. You know, when I think about it, 20 some years ago, just answering the call, just deciding like, I don't know the clear path. I don't know how I'm going to do this. I don't know if it's going to work. And then having had the great honor and privilege to coach personally hundreds of women, and then thousands of women having used my systems, my digital processes online. Like what? I didn't know that. Now, here are a couple of things, and I wrote about this in my email. If you're not getting it, just go to miaredrick.com and make sure you sign up and check your spam folder if you did sign up to see if you're getting my emails, and maybe they're in your spam or something, right? But one of the things that I did is, first and foremost, and some of you guys are going to drop off right here, but the first thing I did was I had to get someone in my life that did the thing that I wanted to do. That was the first thing. I didn't know anything about coaching. I didn't know about working from anywhere, working from the comfort of my home. And I decided that if you weren't free, you couldn't teach me, right? So I think there's some truth to that. So at the end of the day, I wanted to work with someone who was a full-time entrepreneur who was working from the comfort of their home. Okay, that was very important to me. The second thing that I did was I made a huge investment in myself. I didn't have a promise that things were going to work. And I bring that up because I think it's always something worth going back to. It's a conversation that we don't often like to have when we think about investments, because we like to think like somehow we're going to create amazing success, and we're not. And we're not going to be investment minded. But you got to remember that when we're selling who we are, when we're creating impact with our gifts, your client is you. So if you are that person and you're investment adverse, you're going to find that you'll probably be that person saying, nobody's buying from me. I can't find my people. You know what I mean? People keep telling me my products are too expensive. It's because of how you are investing. You are the mirror in terms of that. And that's just flat true. You cannot walk a client psychologically through a process that you haven't gone. The third thing that I did that was very helpful for me was just show up as myself. And you guys know sometimes my messages are cutting edge. Sometimes I just tell it like it is. I just share what it is. I just tell you what I'm doing. And I show what I'm doing with my kids and in my life, in my world. And the thing is, I never felt like I had to build the business or the brand by being inauthentic, by sharing every little thing that I'm doing. I'm just not going to do it. You're never going to see me doing a dancing video. Maybe you guys did see one dancing video of me in Scotland. That was it. Okay. That's it. That's all I got for you. Okay. And if you like to dance, great. So I'm not saying not to do that. I'm just saying you don't have to build a great business. You can just be authentically who you are. But one of the things that's really important if you want to attract the right people is you got to like yourself. And sometimes what I hear is, I talk to a lot of people. I've spoken to a lot of people over the years, is that people are so doubtful of themselves. And yet they have these great gifts and talents, and they want to attract and be attractive to have the right people come to them. But how do you attract people when you yourself, you don't believe you're awesome? Because you're awesome, by the way, okay? And you're awesome just like you are. You're awesome with your tight curls like I have. You're awesome just being yourself, right? And so sometimes the first thing you have to do even is just work on your mindset of being the highest and tallest version of yourself. And I do think entrepreneurs are built differently. I think we are a little cray-cray in the sense of we see things that aren't there. We are willing to take risks. We say yes and figure it out. And in this world of pop-up entrepreneurship, A lot of people will want to do entrepreneurship only if it's easy. They don't want to do it when it's hard. And let me tell you that I've run many businesses over the years. I've had ups in my businesses and I've had downs. I had a commercial laundry business for about 17 years. There was one time we lost a multi-million-dollar contract. Oh my God, after buying a second facility. It was devastating, okay, to say the least. It was scary, to say the least. Now, here's the thing. If you're in it to win it. And that's why reading and working on yourself is so important. It's why I talk about that thing all the time. Getting around the heat. And let me just say this. The other thing I think is really important is you got to be in the right communities. And somehow I know when people are reading and you know when people aren't reading, because what you entertain in your free time, what you might be watching on social media, right? Just saying it's foolishness, right? If you like watching foolishness, that's what you're consuming. If you've got a peer circle of people and you guys are gossiping or that kind of thing, that's what you're consuming. So when you start thinking about why am I not attracting my customers, you're attracting yourself, the lowest parts of yourself. So if you don't like it, change it. And you can change that, okay? Those are things that are all highly changeable. Okay, so I just wanted to talk about those things as it relates to y'all being in this community. And we are less than 6 months to finishing out this year. I want you to finish it strong. You'll see this week, I think we'll be done. The webpage for my new event's going to come up. That's going to be the second weekend in November, Pay for What You Know event. I would love for you guys to come, but only come if you're ready to show up for yourself and be tall with your gifts. If you're ready to create impact, if you're ready to go after it and figure it out. Like, you're not a person and you go and you do one thing and you're like, oh, can't find it, can't figure it out, won't work. Like, got to give it up. Is this event. And I'm really just not for that person, because running a business, man, there's nothing like figuring it out and making it happen and knowing it's because of your because of God, first of all, and because of the strength that's inside of you and because of the cause that's inside of you, that you get to use your strengths and talents. And, otherwise you're just wasting time. And I want to speak to this piece. There are times when I offer you guys, I always make you guys offers in terms of things that I know will change your life. And ultimately, it's your decision to say yes or no. Like, I'm going to step into that. I'm not. It doesn't matter to me. I am an investor in myself. And I see lots of opportunities and am approached by many opportunities by my mentors. And I say yes, right? Like, for the things that really fit me. So I want to say this, that I give you lots of opportunities, and you can decide, look, while you're by the pool or while you're on vacation, I'll wait until I get there. Or you can be that person that can do two things at one time. You could be at the pool and make a decision and invest in yourself. You can be at the pool and reach out and book an appointment to figure out what is the best way that I can support you. And I'm here for that. But if you're all about making excuses and then the next 3 months it's going to be exactly the same, and, you could see, they could be gold covered coaching, right? You know what I mean? So that might not be a good analogy right now, but in any event, and you'll find a way to say no. You're saying no to you, okay? You're not saying no to anyone. You're saying no to yourself. And you deserve so much more than that. There are this coming weekend, the 26th and 27th of July, is the last masterclass of the summer. I can't believe it. So this is year 5. And if you haven't run a masterclass for 5 years, and I don't know how many I've had, over 20, right? If you haven't had that, you need to be in the class to figure out how to do that. Okay, it's just that simple. So it's the last masterclass. There are a couple seats left. It's $2,500. You can use a code that's ready, called ready, READY, save $500 because you're in the community. And I'd love for you to be there Saturday, Sunday, 11 to 7. Come ready. Download your content, start right now figuring out how to package, price, position, and find buyers. I know I don't have to go deep in terms of what's inside of the Giant Experience because y'all have been seeing it for 5 years. But if you haven't been there and you've seen the results and you aren't there, come on. All right. So nobody's going to drag you to success. Nobody's going to beg you to get there either. And no one really cares whether or not you're in the class or not. But when you come, you get all the love, the care, and the attention. You got to show up for you. You got to be the number one person that cares for you and your dream. Okay, so that's what I wanted to say. Okay, so you're invited to do that. I'd love to really support you if you're serious. If you know, like, I want to work with you, Mia, in a mentorship role, but I'm not really sure how, you can always DM me. You can always email me at mia.redrick@gmail.com. That's easy. That's my personal email. That's easy. Okay, so you can do that. Okay, and then lastly, on the personal side, okay, our girl, Alex, we got her, she has her first apartment. Wow, right? Like, so Alex has run me all throughout where she's going to be living. And we looked at 10 apartments and we finally picked one. I didn't pick one, she picked it. And it's so exciting to watch your kids grow and to, you know, that's to me what this has been all about. Like, wow, helping the kids launch and seeing what's happening. So in a couple of weeks, she moves out for good. But to be free and to really be able to be available where time isn't a concern, money's not a concern, and I can be there for my daughter the way I want to be. That's why I built this business, okay? And I hope that a lot of you guys have watched her grow up, and I hope that that inspires you, you know, yourself. And I know that you have, those of you who've done the same thing, you know exactly what I'm talking about, right? And yeah, you know, I'm always going to give you a dose of tough love, but that's only because I love you. And most people in your world are gonna hear you and believe the excuses, and I would say the BS excuses that you tell yourself about what you can't do, what you don't know about you, and how you make yourself small. But I don't want to hear it, because I know how awesome you are. And I know for a fact that once we change that mindset and you decide to partner with the highest and tallest version of yourself, your ideal clients, they're coming. All right, I love you guys. I do. I'll talk to you soon. Hope you have a great